Hi friends, in our time together right now, I'm comparing two low D whistles. Nick Metcalf Standard Low D and the Mountain Made Low D by Whistlesmith. This is my second comparison today. It must be National Whistle Comparison Day. Happy National Whistle Comparison Day. Did they make cards for that? Anyway, a friend asked that we compare these two. You see, you take all the low D whistles available, or high D or whatever, and you make a short list of the ones you think you might want for a variety of reasons. There are certain criteria that each of us are after in a whistle. It might be tone, it might be something physically about the whistle, it might be volume, it might be whatever it is. And then you narrow it to a short list, and then you need to hear them played side by side. And that's one of the things I want to do for us as a community. That's why recently I showed you all my low D whistles, and so that I could say, please let me know which ones you want to play, you want to hear side by side. I've got a new whistle I'm introducing on Friday. I'm looking forward to you hearing that one too. And I'm always on the lookout for exciting new whistles you and I need to understand and know about. And so I go and spend money and get whistles. So a friend who is having a huge issue with the Piper's grip asked me to compare these two whistles. And the reason is each of these two whistles solves the Piper's grip in a different perspective. What Nick has done is Nick has the third and the sixth hole offset. So rather than, let's think of the sixth hole, and it'll be the third as well, rather than having to reach that third finger all the way around, which is one of the reasons I go full Piper's grip, so that I can have my little finger for stability, but so that I don't have to stretch my finger over with my short, thin fingers. So Nick has addressed that by offsetting at a reasonably good offset that sixth hole, so that you don't have to, I could cover that with the tip of my ring finger on my right hand and on my lower hand, and that's awesome. So that's how Nick accomplishes that, is by offsetting holes 3 and 6, creating close spacing that way. Another way is what the Mountain Made whistle does, is that these are very small holes for the most part. 5's pretty large, and 6th is offset minimally. And so that does two things. One, you could play close finger spacing. Also, it really reduces the volume quite significantly of the whistle. So you could say that the selling point of the Mountain Made is volume and close finger spacing, and of Nick Metcalf's, it's offset holes providing close finger spacing with more traditional tone and volume. Whew, that's a lot. Let me jump in and play the scale on each. Nick Metcalf Standard Low D first. All right, Nick's Low D. Now, the Mountain Made Low D, same thing. Okay, so that's the scale. Oh, I only went up to the second octave A. Oh well. And scale and a bit of Somewhere of the Rainbow on each. So you heard the volume difference louder on Nick's, a little more traditional, a little warmer, more rounded tone there. It's still a nice warm tone out of the Mountain Made, but definitely a softer whistle. So Nick's low D is he always has these beautiful graphics engraved into the whistle. This one's actually tunable, and that's it's the head slides in and out and comes off, so that's great. Very comfortable to play. The offset holes are nice. I like that. It's the only whistle I have. Yeah, it's the only whistle I have with the 3 and 6 offset like that. The windway is not wide, but it's a little taller. This whistle actually requires you to learn a little bit of breath pressure in that second octave. That means that you're going to get a little more expressive ability out of the whistle and volume control. So that's good. The Mountain Made, so Nick's whistle is fairly light, and it's made of a resin polymer of some type. The Mountain Made, I think, is a CPVC, non-tunable, curved windway, more of an easy blower. Won't have much at all ability to a volume range, particularly in the lower octave. It'll break right away. That's what happens on a quieter whistle, right? Now, I describe this as an easy blower, but that doesn't mean that it's an air hog. You get the difference between breath pressure and air requirements. So neither are going to require you to breathe every other note, or even all that frequently. Both are good that way. It's just the Nick's requires a little more breath pressure at the top of the second octave, and that'll help you learn what most whistles do anyway. So, although I do love an easy player. So I'll first play Nick Metcalf Standard Low D, just the A part once on Bonaparte Crossing the Alps, because I want you to, to get a sense of the tone and and not keep you too long. So, the A part of Bonaparte Crossing the Alps. That's Nick's Standard Low D. Now, the A part, again, of Bonaparte Crossing the Alps on the Mountain Made Low D. And it's kind of funny, switching between one whistle and another. It's like, where are the holes on that? That is Bonaparte Crossing the Alps, just the A part on each. Hope you're getting a sense of the tone between them. I'd now like to play through If I Was a Blackbird on each of these whistles, just to give you a sense. Nick Metcalf Standard Low D first. So that's Nick's standard low D with the offset hole if I was a Blackbird. Now, same thing on the Mountain Maid. That's the Mountain Maid low D. Now, one thing I should add is that the C natural on the Mountain Maid, a lot of times we're playing the C natural with holes 2 and 3. The C natural is much more in tune with holes 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Mountain Maid and holes 2, 3 on Nick Metcalf's. So, my friends, I hope hearing both of these played together helps. Now, I need to tell you where you could get them and cost. So Nick Metcalf Standard Low D, Nick's in New York. His website that I'll put a link to in this video is irishwhistle.com. And Nick has a great YouTube channel where you could hear him play this whistle. Somebody better than I playing he made the whistle, so listen to him playing it. You know what it can do. So he also sells, if you're on his website, Irish Whistle, you'll see store. And if you click store, it shows you all the whistles he has available. Because he's making whistles all the time, but he's performing, he's traveling, he does a lot of stuff. And so look and see what Nick has available. If what you want is not currently available, send him a note, and he'll very responsive, and he'll reply and talk about it. When you click store, you see what's available, and then you click on a whistle, and it takes you to his eBay site where Nick sells through an eBay site. And that way eBay takes care of all the sales and the shipping and all that stuff, and that's kind of brilliant. So that helps out a lot. And I'll put a link to his eBay store as well. So that's with Nick's. Now the Mountain Maid, the website is whistlesmith.com. And Mr. Brewer is Whistlesmith. And he lives up in Maine. Nick's in New York. Mr. Brewer's in Maine. And you can go to his website. And like I said, Whistlesmith. And you could look at his low D there. Nick's is $99.99, and the Mountain Maid, Mr. Brewer's, is $79.95. Both, with shipping added, obviously. So I hope this is helpful, my friends. If you need a head-to-head comparison, like I said, I'll do it as soon as I can. Sometimes I can't get to it for a week or so if I'm traveling or if something else is going on. Like we have friends coming into town and we're rebuilding the back sidewalk of the house. So, I've recorded a bunch of stuff ahead for the rest of this week, and I'll try and reply to comments. I love to reply to your comments. If you own both of these whistles in particular, or either of these whistles, please comment in the notes to this video. Our community wants to hear from you. If this is helpful, please like the video. That lets YouTube know to promote us. And if you're brand new and just checking us out because of this comparison, please subscribe. We'd love to welcome you into our community of folks learning to play the whistle together. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.